Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between FC Barcelona and Valencia. Barcelona have recently just finished up their second to last game for this year, and in this game they have tied against Valencia at the Camp Nou 2-2. And first things first, I'm going to be very straight up about this scoreline. It is not a scoreline that Barcelona have wanted. This is not a scoreline that is certainly not going to help Barcelona within this league season. Barcelona were looking for a win, but in this game, they did not get that. So what we are going to do in this video is that we are going to be talking about the first half, the second half, and then my overall review of this game. Starting with the lineup. Now, looking at this lineup here, I was actually very satisfied with what this lineup did show. I like the fact that Ronald Koeman continues to use Araujo and Mingueza as our center back pairing. It may not bring the best results right now, but it will certainly bring the best results in the near future. And then looking at Busquets, I understand that Busquets is not the most popular player within Barcelona at the moment, but looking at the lineup, it looked like we were going to play with a 4-1-4-1. And the best player to put in that position, if De Jong was not going to be playing in this starting 11, it would be Busquets to control that midfield and just have that ball be in safe places as much as possible. Busquets can do that. Busquets is capable, so Busquets is that player. And keep in mind that the only reason why Frenkie de Jong did not start within this starting 11, it was because he did suffer some discomfort before the match. And that is why the assistant coach did explain that he just wanted to take precautionary measures in order for de Jong not to further extend his potential injury. But that is what we did look like. On paper, we looked extremely good. But now going into the first half, and I'm going to be super honest with you guys. Whatever we have seen with Barcelona in the previous match against Real Sociedad, it was not the same performance. Barcelona were really struggling. And the fact that Barcelona can pull off a great first half performance against Sociedad and then pull out a performance like this against Valencia, these type of inconsistent performances can be very alarming for Barcelona. Because we cannot continue to go through this league season and through this Champions League season always questioning what are we going to get next? Like, what version of Barcelona are we going to get? And so within the first 20 minutes of the first half, Barcelona were simply just penetrating Valencia, and that is about it. They were just passing the ball around the box, acting as if this Barcelona team was winning 2-0, 3-0, or maybe even 4-0. The goalkeeper was rarely tested. Now, there were players out there who were trying to be very effective around the box, and that was players such as Pedri and Coutinho. They were moving the ball. We had Busquets bringing in the ball retention, but when it came to being clinical in front of that goal, there was no Barcelona player that was able to do that within those first 20 to 25 minutes, and in result, Valencia took advantage of that. And I do not like the fact that it takes Barcelona so much in order to get a shot against their opposition, and it takes the opposition so little in order to get a goal. That is what really bothers many Barcelona fans, and I know especially for Ronald Koeman. And so on the 30th minute, Valencia did score. And looking at the type of goal Barcelona did concede, it says here according to Opta that no other team has conceded more goals from corners than Barcelona in La Liga this season, which is something very interesting because that would be something that Barcelona do need to work on. And then moments later, we did see Barcelona earn a penalty, and it was a very bizarre moment because we did not know whether if it was a foul or not. At first, the player did receive a red card because the ref assumed that the player did push Antoine Griezmann, but then the ref went to VAR, he checked the video, and then he actually seen that the player did not push Antoine Griezmann, and that is why I believe the ref took the red card back and gave him a yellow, because the challenge from the Valencia player did not come from the pushing, it came from the legs, and that is why the ref gave the player a yellow card. So it made sense. It was confusing at first, but it made sense. The foul was on the legs. And then after that, we did see Messi actually miss the penalty, which was very surprising because who would have thought that Messi were to miss this penalty at a moment like this? We needed a goal. But when Messi missed that penalty, it rebounded, and then as soon as that ball rebounded and then that ball was centered into the box, Messi headed the ball back into the goal where it should have been in the first place. It was a very bizarre goal also. Everything about this whole play and this whole goal was very bizarre, but seeing the type of game that Barcelona were playing, that was a moment where Barcelona would take whatever in whatever fashion. They did not even care about the type of goal that they were going to score within this game. What mattered was that they wanted a goal, because we cannot continue to drop points. And so because Lionel Messi scored that goal, it says here, according to Opta, that Lionel Messi has scored 643 goals for FC Barcelona in all competitions, meaning that he has equaled Pelé's record for Santos, which is great. At least we saw some type of light within this very dark first half. I was so happy to see Messi finally complete another achievement yet again with FC Barcelona. He truly does deserve it, especially when we are in a phase, in a moment like this. Now, I want to point one thing out. I want to show you guys these pictures here. If we look at the average position, and this is only for the first half, between Valencia and FC Barcelona, it does seem very strange. This is telling us two things. One, Valencia did stay back. They did have the majority of their players be behind their own half, which only meant one thing. Barcelona were able to progress up. But then if you look at the players and where they're positioned at, many of those players are placed in very weird positions. And the only reason why we did see many players almost out of position, that is because De Jong was absent within these first half. Barcelona needed a player who was able to bring the ball out from dangerous areas and look for players such as Messi, Felipe Coutinho, Pedri around the box. They needed a player where they can feel comfortable to just wait for the ball in the final third area. And that is why we do see these players be so leveled within their average position, because they had to stick together. There was no bridge between the midfielders and the forwards. De Jong was massively needed within this game. And then going into the second half, on the 52nd minute, we did see Ronald Araujo score a goal for FC Barcelona, which meant that Barcelona were up 2-1. And at that moment, I actually believed that Barcelona had the game. Like, Barcelona were like, we're going to bring the game back. And looking at Araujo's goal, it was a great goal coming from Ronald Araujo. He fully did deserve a goal like this, because seeing how Araujo does command his defensive line, seeing how passionate he is when it comes to defending corners, you can truly see that Araujo has so much passion for this Barcelona badge. And the fact that Araujo scored that goal to give Barcelona a chance to win this game, I can bet you that this did not only fulfill Araujo himself, but it did fulfill many Barcelona fans, because we knew that Ronald Araujo did deserve a goal like this, especially in this way. And then going forward into this game, we did see Barcelona become more lethal around the box, and that was because of one reason. It was because of the substitution of Frenkie de Jong. He is the reason why the game changed and why Barcelona had so many more opportunities in that second half, because Frenkie de Jong simply started the attack. And that is something that we are going to continue to see throughout this season. And looking at the average position of FC Barcelona in that second half, look at how the players are now positioned. You can see the massive difference between the first half average position and the second half average position. Frenkie de Jong truly did make a difference for this team. But going back into the game, Valencia did score on the 69th minute, and it was coming from a very unfortunate mistake from Mingueza. If we look at these frames here, I really want you guys to go look at the goal again to see on just how Valencia scored that second goal. But you can see that Mingueza was actually looking around himself to see who was around him, just in case that player was going to center that ball into the box. Now, here's the thing. When you are a rookie, when you are making your debut, when you are in your debut season, you are going to be making mistakes. Now, what I believe happened here is that I do think that Mingueza underestimated that center from the player. Like, he did not expect that player to center the ball that quickly and that fast into the box. And I think that is why Mingueza did let his guard down and let Valencia get over Mingueza and scored that goal. Mingueza was simply just unaware of what happened. And again, that is okay, because when you are a rookie, when you are starting for the first team, and when you're put 90% of the time, when you are just starting, you are going to be making a mistake. And it's unfortunate that Mingueza has to make that mistake in a moment like this, when Barcelona were incapable to continue to further the score line. And with Valencia tying the game 2-2, that was not the best result Barcelona could have gotten, because that is how it did end. Barcelona tied 2-2 against Valencia. We did see Felipe Coutinho take multiple shots before he got substituted out. He did increase the chances of Barcelona trying to regain those 3 points. We saw Antoine Griezmann be non-existent within that second half. I think that players like Riqui Puig could have been placed within this game if we wanted to get the ball quicker into to the feet of Lionel Messi or Martin Braithwaite, but that was not the case. And I believe that that is the direction I do want to end at. I do want to talk about Ronald Koeman, because the fact that we saw Barcelona struggle to find a goal in a match like this, knowing that Valencia were defending extremely well, I really want to question Ronald Koeman's substitutions, because that is something that's really becoming a problem for this team. Like, look, Barcelona needed a goal, but you decided to put in Trincao. When Coutinho was finally starting to look like a threat in that second half, you put in Lenglet for Felipe Coutinho. That doesn't make any sense. And then when Valencia was attacking and we needed defensive reinforcements, you wanted to take out Pedri, who's doing very well defensively, and put in a player like Pjanic, who does not provide any defensive attributes on the field at all. And that really makes me question, like, why would you put Trincao, Lenglet, and Pjanic in a match like this against Valencia? And what bothers me the most about these substitutions is that we had better alternatives. So instead of taking out Felipe Coutinho and bringing in Lenglet, why don't you put Riqui Puig? Why don't you put Riqui Puig within that field to bring a player that can get the ball into Messi's feet as soon as possible? Instead of taking Pedri out and bringing in Pjanic, why don't you put Alenia in? Because Alenia is a player that can provide those defensive attributes. And instead of putting in Trincao in this game, knowing that you need a goal and seeing the type of performances Trincao has been putting on, Trincao was not the answer. So instead of putting Trincao, why don't you put a player like Conrad de la Fuente? You had the chance to bring in Barcelona B quality onto the field and introduce these youngsters, but you wanted to bring in players such as Trincao and Lenglet and Pjanic, who were players that were brought in the Bartomeu era. Like, you did have the chance. You had the chance to bring in these youngsters who are struggling to get minutes, and you decide not to put them in. And many of us Barcelona fans, and I know that there are going to be people in Barcelona that know that players like Riqui Puig and Alenia or Conrad de la Fuente, they can bring better results to this Barcelona team, but you did not take that chance to put them in this game. And that is why Barcelona did tie against Valencia 2-2. This game could have turned out so much more differently if those substitutions were better managed. And seeing these results, right, when I see a result like this and we tie against Valencia and seeing our position on the table, it really makes me think further than the game. And sometimes we do sit back and wonder what would happen if we actually had a president in Barcelona. I do believe that Ronald Koeman's situation would have been so much more different. Like, he is lucky that there is no president within this club, because with these type of results, his job would be on the line. And these type of results also make me think, what's going to happen on January 24th? Because the fact that you're bringing in these type of results and seeing that Barcelona is currently 5th place, what is going to go down on January 24th? Are they going to kick out Ronald Koeman or not? Because sometimes we do say that Koeman is going to stay, sometimes we do say that Koeman is going to leave, so we don't know what's going to happen. But let me tell you, if we continue to tie against teams like Valencia and lose against teams like Getafe, Ronald Koeman's era in Barcelona is not going to last very long, and January 24th is starting to get very, very interesting by the minute. But that is it, right? Barcelona have let go of 2 points. We have tied against Valencia 2-2, and we currently sit in 5th place with 13 games played in the league. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Feel free to hit me on social media, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter. We can talk about football, talk about how Barcelona is currently playing. I would love to do that. Welcome to the family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.